Where's your girlfriend? I thought you said he's coming over here for something.
There's a place in this town where kids learn the wrong things.
Stack of Dimes.
A place where they keep a vicious secret.
Stack of Dimes.
A place controlled by people who profit from pain.
Stack of Dimes.
Now, this town's vicious secret is exposed. There's only one thing to do. Get ready for
Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes. Stack of Dimes.
Stack of Dimes. We are the podcast. We fit so well, and you wash us once, and we're like a fucking sausage casing, or we just turned into dust, or super wide and very short. You're like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
On t-shirts. Yeah. Joining me here in the Family Fun Center. Is one Roden. You know that shit. Like I will go to a concert and I buy a T-shirt and I'm like, I put it on there. Over
Fits great the first night. And fits great the first night.
I think it's worse when it's really wide and like short. So it's just above your belt line.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like who is this made for? I'll get an XL and it'll end up that way. And I was like,
well, and I don't know how does that, like, what type of weird science happens when you stick a shirt like that into the washing machine and then the dryer?
I don't know, man.
Like, how does it get wider?
I don't know.
Like,
it's almost like whatever the way it's threaded, it shortens up, but in doing that, it like expands out because it's like got nowhere to go or something. It's really weird.
Right. Yeah.
Anyhow, you wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, I had a hell of an experience the other day because I'm going on a little trip by myself to go visit some friends, and I
want to look the best you can
I
look.
was like, I'm entering the age where like most of my clothes like I've had for a long time.
Same here,
right? And I think every dude at a certain age like starts having this problem. It's like you just kind of get into like frumpy dad mode, you know. And so I decided that I needed to go get like a new outfit so I could look a little bit more stylish, and did some shopping the other day for myself.
Oh, sorry, I had to go grab my my Diet Coke here. Where'd you go? So
I went to a couple of different places. I went to Target.
Okay, yeah.
And then also went to Nordstrom Rack.
Oh yes.
So
you're at Northgate?
No,
you didn't go to Northgate.
No,
you're in Bellevue.
Yep.
After work.
Yep.
And you probably thought, well, Nordstrom Rack in Bellevue and Target in Bellevue, probably going to have some of the nicer stuff, right?
Well, I know that like Target always has the same kind of shit, right? Like wherever you go.
Yeah, it's like JCPenney or whatever.
They are always so picked through already. Whenever I finally get the idea to go shopping, like there's nothing left in my size.
Same here. And I have that weird size that I think. Look, I'm not a planet yet. I'm not massive, but I'm also not small.
Yeah.
So
I am now in XL, firmly in XL.
I'm firmly in XL too.
Yeah.
But my pants are like 34-ish, 36-ish.
Yeah. This is the part
if
that
I could get 35s. You can't get 35s anywhere.
Right.
You can order them special online. I don't know. But like I'm between like a 34 and a 36.
Yeah.
You get a 36, it's usually too big. Get a 34, it's usually a little too tight. So I get a 36 and I work with it, you know?
My waistline hasn't increased in probably like 15 years.
It's
all above the belt, and it's the grossest body type that has ever existed.
I would dispute that though, because me and you both have the same sort of thing going, because my belt line has been hovering around a 34 for years now.
Okay.
I'm getting fatter.
Yeah.
But it's all above the belt.
And I think it's because of my belt. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, absolutely.
That like the belt
keeps
the fat away from that area of my body?
Yes, because see, my grandpa had the build where it was like the gut started right above his penis. And it went it was just like round. It like started there.
Just like, and it boils over.
And his belt line would be up around his belly button. He'd just pull his pants up. And
did it work for him? Did the fat disappear below the belt?
No, it's just, you just go like, oh, I guess you just put the fat line, the belt on your, The belt line is where your gut is, like, at that point.
Yeah.
So I took after my dad. My dad always like wore the belt underneath the gut.
Yeah.
Never like,
Yeah.
no matter how fat he got, he never brought the pants up over the gut. And so I was like, I think that's the better way of looking. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'd rather be that way than the other way. Because then I think once you've given up that belt line,
Oh yeah.
it just expands down there, and then you get that Humpty Dumpty look where it's just
Right. You're an egg.
You're an egg.
You're an egg at that point. Yeah.
So I know what you're talking about. Like, my belt line has basically stayed the same. It's everything above it. I got like a massive muffin top that's just spilling over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's gross. A real fucking scene, man. But so
I get
my
naked, get in the shower, and I'm looking at my back from like, I'm trying to see like what
the
would
worst.
someone see naked from behind if like
It's the
they came
worst.
upon me in some unfortunate way, and it's fucking awful, man.
See, I try to avert my eyes every time, and like one of the reasons that I don't shop for myself very often is because I just hate like the act of like going and trying on clothing and stuff.
Terrible.
It's just like, it's exhausting.
It is.
It's exhausting to me because
totally agree.
I never grab the right size first. And then when I go out to try the size of a shirt or a pair of pants that I like, then they don't have the same color. Or then it's like, all that nonsense. And then on top of that, everything's so fucking expensive. So I just like, I put it off and I put it off and I put it off. So finally I went, didn't find anything at Target, but found some stuff at the Nordstrom rack.
Sure.
That I really liked.
You slip on a human turd or anything on your way? Because usually
No.
the Nordstrom rack's like just barely a step above like a, I don't know, like a Kohl's. Not even Kohl's.
Maxx.
No, TJ Maxx, where everything is just like
bombed out.
People are
and
like
shit.
elbowing people and just like picking up, throwing it on the ground. Picking up, throwing it on the ground.
the one in Bellevue was pretty
nice.
nice. It was pretty well organized and stuff, but there was a lot of stuff in there.
It's
right?
overwhelming, dude.
It is very much so.
Yeah.
But in their changing room, like they had a series of like 3 mirrors, and this. Let me tell you, man. Like, I saw a vision of myself in a different, like, at a different angle. That was so enlightening and depressing at the same time.
You're talking about the mirrors are reflecting one mirror into the other mirror.
Into the
that
other
you can see
mirror.
an angle.
I can see myself from the side. I can see myself from the back. I can see myself from the front. And all it while looking in one direction.
Oh my God,
right?
man.
And so, oh man, like I didn't wear my ball cap that day and stuff, and like I was just like, you know where this is going, right? And so I'm like trying on this shirt. I was like, oh, this fits pretty good. Like I kind of like this. And I look into the mirror, and I see what I look like from behind, and it's just like wide lower back area, no butt, and then just like this stringy bald spot on my head.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
no idea what you're talking
You've
about.
seen me from behind. You've probably stood over me
It's
at one
not
point.
as bad as you
And it's
think
like,
it is, man.
And you've probably looked down and go, God damn it, is Roden trying to comb over?
No,
Because
I've
that's
never
what it
thought
fucking
that.
looked like.
Let me see right
when
now.
I was
I know
there.
you're on.
I didn't take a shower today.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a comb over.
No, it's not a comb over, but it is fucking. It's getting thin. It's getting thin up.
What are you gonna do? I mean, what can you do?
Man.
What
I don't
can
know.
you do?
I'm thinking hair transplants and liposuction.
Cold sculpting, as they say.
Oh,
like,
God.
that
Sounds like a nightmare. Have
JD
you
was
heard about
talking
the-
about the cold sculpting and how like it can
It's
solidify
like,
or
it can
something.
Solidify. I can make it like a rock.
Dude,
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories about that stuff.
me too.
But it just like
It's-
and this is like it just solidified why I don't like going shopping
hate
in the
it.
first place.
I hate it,
Because
man.
I see myself and it's just like days of depression afterwards.
I think maybe I should do something like from time to time. I think I wish I could do like a Steve Jobs where it's the same outfit every day.
Right.
Or I had a job that was like I don't give a shit what the uniform looked like. I just had a uniform where every day I didn't have to worry about.
Yeah.
It's this shirt, these fucking pants, and I've got 3 versions, 4 versions, 5 versions of these pants and this shirt, and every fucking day I could wear it. And then outside of work, I could figure out whatever else I wanted to wear, like on my own. And it would I'd probably do. Dude, if I find a pair of shoes now, me and Luke talk about this.
Yeah.
I'll buy like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, I have to.
If I like them, I'm like, oh my God, these fit perfectly. I immediately have to go buy like 2 or 3 pairs.
I do the same thing with shirts.
Yep.
With like t-shirts.
T-shirts especially, yeah.
Socks.
Oh, socks.
Because I'll blow through socks pretty quickly.
Underwear, a bad thing for me. Underwear. Bad thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I go to kickboxing, and were some incidents in the shorts that you wear, the tie shorts you wear.
Yeah.
People were getting ball shots of people.
Oh, yeah.
So they started to hang up a sign saying, "Hey, put appropriate attire underneath your shorts because we don't want to see your balls."
Yeah.
Okay. So I have like basically.
I love that. That's a sign. Will you take?
It wasn't that. It was nicer, but it was more or less that.
Yeah.
So I started buying. So what would happen was I used to be, this is maybe a little too much information. I used to be a briefs guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking tidy whities. I would go and get like nicer colored briefs.
Sure.
I like a low-rise brief. I don't want them to be a bikini brief.
Yeah.
But I want it to be like not a big.
I do a boxer brief.
So I started doing a boxer brief.
Yeah.
Get an all cotton boxer brief. It loses its tightness really quickly.
Yeah.
So then you've got loose boxer briefs under loose shorts. Balls are seen again. So I started going with an athletic boxer brief that's
almost
really
like
tight.
An elastic, tight, polyester.
Correct.
Sometimes
brutal for breathing.
Yes,
brutal for breathing.
Gets real sweaty down.
Yeah, or I just get like ingrown hairs on my ass from sitting on these things all day long or whatever it is. But I used to have to go. If I was like wearing briefs, I would only have like a certain pair of these that were almost like not an undergarment, but I would like when I get to the gym, I'd switch into the other underwear, then where my shorts were, and then I just started going, what am I doing? Like just buy that exclusively. These are going to be the underwear I use. Like it's going to be these athletic boxer briefs, and that's it.
Well, that's the thing. When you find something that fits well,
they don't make them anymore.
You have to. Well, yeah,
mine
that's
are rotten.
The other thing.
They're rotten. They're getting holes in them. They're falling apart. Elastics blown out. I can't buy them now.
You can't find them. You
can't find them.
I'll give you off air. I'll give you a brand.
Okay.
I'll give you a brand.
All right.
I got a good one.
Thanks,
guy.
man.
I got a guy.
Thanks.
But yeah, when you find something that fits, you want to make sure that you have that for a long time.
Yeah, the other problem with those underwear too.
What's
we were
that?
in Vegas or one of our trips to Chelan.
Yeah.
And I was I got up from bed and I went to take a leak and I was wearing those underwear. And I was either Luke or you that was like, "Are those Spanx?" I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me."
I think that was me.
Are those
I remember
you were like,
that was either me or
shorts?
Newman.
Yeah.
Because you and I were sleeping in the same room.
Oh, yeah. Probably one of you guys.
Remember that.
It was like, what are those like compression briefs or something? Like, motherfucker, dude. Like seriously. So, but yeah, they're gone. Anyway, sorry. But that's another thing that I have a hang up on.
Yeah. But you have to buy multiple things because then they stop making that model or that brand and then it's gone forever.
I mean, look, it didn't hurt that it didn't help that I was getting them at Sears.
Yeah, right.
And I'm talking about those standalone Sears.
Yeah.
That was up the street here by Central Market.
Yeah, totally.
I went and bought them out once I found these underwear. I went online. I bought them out. They don't make them anymore. I mean, it's fucking Sears. The cool thing,
so is it Sears brand underwear?
No. So this was a few years back. You remember, Express?
Yeah.
Do you remember it used to be Express was the brand for women?
Yes.
And Structure was the brand for guys?
Oh, I don't remember
that.
Structure. Was it in the same font?
It was like the same font. They would be next to each other.
Okay.
And then they eventually just turned it into Express.
Okay.
And then a men's side and a women's side.
I see. Okay.
And they sold.
I remember Express jeans.
Yeah, I still wear Express jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Amongst a couple, I got Arizonas that I get from JCPenney.
Do you still wear a bright a neon pink windbreaker as well?
Sometimes. I have Arizona jeans from JCPenney that I like,
Yeah.
and some Express jeans that I like. And
Okay.
those are like, and I bought like 6 pairs of each. Like the last time I'll do a major jean buy every few years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a mess. It's a mess because you go back to the same place.
Yeah.
I believe yours was American Eagle for a while.
It still is,
It
but
still
I
is.
did find at Nordstrom Rack, I branched off. I got a Lucky brand.
Well, good luck
Pair of
with
pants.
Lucky, because you'll like them,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll go and you will have to pay the not Nordstrom Rack price, and you'll about shit
Oh
yourself.
yeah, I'm sure.
You'll about
Yeah,
shit yourself.
Yeah. And these aren't jeans either.
they're
they're like stretchy chinos or something.
Oh,
like
got
that,
it. Okay.
But for the longest time, like all my pants, like my pants are all the length that I need to wear with work boots.
Right.
So they're all baggy at the bottom.
yeah, you have to have
I
them
hate that.
go over the top of the boots,
Right.
and that sort of thing.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So with my jeans, I always end up like rolling the cuffs
Yep.
up, like, you know, like some sort of Gen X mod.
Yeah, I mean,
And,
I know your style on
yeah.
your jean. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad.
No, but with these pants, with like my kind of like khaki colored pants and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's not a good look to have your cuffs rolled up. with
True.
those types of pants.
True.
So this time I actually went a couple inches shorter. I usually buy a 32
Yeah.
length, right? So I
think
went
I'm a
with
32 as
30
well.
this time. It's a little bit shorter, a little bit more high water.
Yeah.
It's kind of the style right now,
Yeah.
so I think I made a good choice.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool. The Structure brand was
That was
sold.
the most boring fucking.
The Structure brand was sold to Sears. So Sears made Structure branded clothes.
Yeah.
So I would buy the underwear and it says Structure on it. So if anyone saw it, they'd be like, "Oh, I remember Structure. Wow, Structure." You know, like at least it would be.
How old are those?
They're fucking real old now. But yeah, at the time, you know, I could fool people, and it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, I don't like. This is the other problem that I have with underwear is they got the big stamp usually around. Like a lot of the brands like put some wording around where it's like,
Yeah.
Calvin Klein or whatever it is. It's like I don't.
Right.
I want it to be as generic as possible.
Yeah, I don't want anything on my underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no design or
Yeah.
anything like that. Just give me a plain underwear.
Have
And
you
that's why I shop exclusively for my like undershirts
Yeah.
or my t-shirts in general. Mm-hmm. Always American Apparel.
Is it American Apparel still good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know they were sold, and then another company.
Yeah,
bought
they
them,
still
did a
make
bunch of-
the one shirt that I really
Okay.
like, and it fits really well as well, and it's a good material.
Have you
nice and
seen
comfy.
this nonsense on social media now, where it's like the perfect fitting shirt,
Oh,
and it's
Jesus
like,
Christ!
and it shows like the dude's like,
The dude's like slapping his friend and shit.
or it's
You're
like,
not fat. You just got a bad shirt.
Yeah, you
or
got
something like
you
that.
need to buy a T-shirt that fits your dad bod, and so if it's cut this way, it accentuates your chest and your biceps, and then it like covers your belly up and all this stuff. I would be lying if I hadn't watched some of those and be like, "Fuck, dude, I should probably get it."
Oh yeah, no, I've thought about purchasing one. I just don't believe it's true though.
I don't believe it's true either, but I kind of do because I do have some shirts
Yeah,
that I like T-shirts.
that cover things up.
That cover things up.
Yeah.
I know I have maybe like 3 solid T-shirts currently. That when I put them on, I go, God damn, that, you know what? I could fool people with this.
Yeah,
I'm fooling myself in the mirror. And then,
But see, you don't have 2 other mirrors showing you what you look like from the side. And
that's
from the
true.
back.
That's true. And I want to keep it that way. But I go, how do I get this exact shirt again? And it's usually
Yeah.
like I have like a helmet shirt that I got at their concert in Vegas when I was down there. It's like some sort of 50-30. I don't know what blend. It's like
Yeah.
not exclusively cotton, some polyester and some other material.
Right.
And it fits perfectly. And I've washed it 1,000 times. It's never shrunk up to the point where it's, you know, like, and I'm like, I look at the brand of shirt. I think it's like a Hanes or something. I don't even think it's like, but I swear if I go online and I order this exact same shirt and I'll look at the exact same size, the exact same blend, they will have changed the cut by the fit model or something by the time I get it, and it will not be the same.
That's why I like American Apparel, because it's stayed consistent.
They don't switch.
I don't think they switch, which is great.
I was buying these V-necks from, again, JCPenney, Arizona's. Fucking loved them. I have multicolored V-necks. Then 1 year, they just changed the manufacturer. I don't know. And now it's like fucking...
They're gone. Gone.
And I'm chasing that dragon.
That's unfortunate.
And they're cheap. They were like, you could go and get like 5 for $10 or something like that. It was like super cheap. And of course, everyone's on the other end of this is saying, yeah, dummy, that's why they fucking suck now.
Yeah.
Because they're super fucking cheap. But I also can't chance spending a lot of money and then getting it home and then washing it, and now it's fucked. And I spent... I think
you need to try. You need to try American Apparel. They're like you can buy them on Amazon. They'll send you 2. Right?
Oh, maybe I should.
And they're not. I mean, they're not super cheap, but they're not uber expensive either.
I always found that they were usually slimming. They were like very slim.
Yeah.
They're slim, but that accentuates my gut.
No.
If
if you get in the right size, then they actually make you look a little bit slimmer. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I always shied away, because they always, like American Apparel. Remember back in the day, they'd have these almost porn.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Models,
like teenagers.
Like, and they're just like the most like rail thin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, that shirt's never gonna. There's no, like, you go in and you get an XL and you're like, what world is this an XL?
Yeah.
Like, is this preteen? What is this? Like, that's the other thing. Sizes. And I know if there's any ladies who even listen to this show anymore, which...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You brought this up the other day. We were talking to somebody, maybe
last night.
Was it last night? Okay, and they were like, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Us ladies have been having this problem fucking forever, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. That doesn't mean I don't get to talk about how terrible an experience it is, like I'm doing right now. But the sizes are crazy to me. Like, I don't think you're that big of a guy. And I mean, like,
I don't remember if the size that I'm at right now has ever been XL, like back in the 90s or early 2000s. Like, I don't remember the size I am now being like an XL.
Well, okay.
Or maybe it was.
I don't know either. I definitely wore, back when I was in high school, my t-shirts were too big. And that was kind of the style, right? I had, like, if it was a short sleeve, it would be down to my elbow, and it would be pretty baggy, like. Yeah. But I don't like that style anymore. I like a snugger fitting shirt. But XL has always been pretty big for me, and now I'm obviously, like I said, I'm larger, I'm older, and it's more my size now. But when you go to, I don't know, like a concert or something, what's the largest size they offer now? Because they never say like, well, we've got XL,
Double
2XL, triple XL, quad XL.
It's like, if you're going to an Insane Clown Posse show, they probably, the XLs probably go pretty high.
Right. But usually it's like an XL and like a 1X, or is it 1XL? XL, 2XL is usually as far as it goes.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, dude, it's 50-50 that an XL is going to fit.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, it'll be insanely big, and I'll wash it and still be insanely big. Or it'll be, you know what? This is just perfect. And then I wash it, and now it's not.
And now it's
too small.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
fucking
That's
t-shirts
the problem with me with, like, button-up shirts. Like, even an XL, super tight around my tatas.
Oh, up around your chesticles.
Yeah, yeah. So...
Mine's usually the gut.
Yeah.
And you get that thing when you sit down.
Oh, yeah.
This shirt's actually one of my larger shirts, where I call it the mouth opens up.
Right.
So it's like...
spreads apart.
Where the buttons are, yeah.
Where in between the buttons.
Someone did this to me once. I had this one shirt. It was like my favorite shirt. And mine all over time, I get fatter, and they slowly, incrementally shrink just a little bit every now and then. And I get bigger just a little bit. And then it's like a shirt that I only wear in the summer. And then every summer, it's like...
You got to suck it in.
And I'm like...
Suck it in a little bit, put everything on, and then you're stretching it out right.
And it's
Pressure
pull.
points.
It's those pressure points. I had one shirt that I was like just on the cusp, and it's like every summer I'll go like, this is going to be this is probably the summer I'm not going to be able to put it on. I'm like, oh, I think I can still do it. I can still pull it off. I had one of those. I can't remember what it was. I was out with somebody, and it did that. The mouths were opening up. When I'd sit down, it would be one of those things when I'm standing in the shirt, it would be fine. But then when I'd sit down at like the bar or whatever,
always like a little short of breath.
You're always and always like standing as straight as possible, kind of mildly sucking my gut in, and then have a couple more drinks. You get a little loose. You're forgetting about your posture, and then you sit down, and it goes, and the whole thing is like. Now the mouths are opening up all in between the buttons, right? The sideways mouths. And someone came over and went, boop, right in between one. It was either you, I don't know who it was. And it was like, and that's one of those things where you go like, nah, it's just me who notices this. No one else notices this. And then you come on.
No, it's you and your asshole. It's you and your asshole friends. Nobody else.
Yeah, that's
nobody
true.
else.
Yeah. I'm like, shit, retire that thing.
Oh, God, it's the worst, dude. Getting old, it sucks.
You know the worst feeling when you get a shirt, like a button-up shirt, is when it's too tight around the armpits and the arm. Yeah. And like you feel like when you...
And so when you put your arms down or you cross your arms, it's just like everything goes awry.
It's just all tight, and it feels like in between your shoulder blades. It's just
going to
be
fucking split that fucking
You're going to be like
open.
You're really like Bruce Banner on the or David Banner in the in the beginning credits of the Hulk,
just ripping through your fucking expensive shirt. Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I've got the same shit going on. So do you think?
No, wait. Before we move on, how about fucking swimsuits, dude? Swim shorts. I just went to a hot springs I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I brought 2 pairs of my regular rotation swim trunks. One unwearable.
Like unwearable. Just don't fit. Is that the pink, the striped ones?
Yes.
Pink and blue and yellow?
Yeah.
They don't fit anymore?
No.
Those were good
I mean,
shorts.
they fit, but like I got no mobility in them. I'm like,
so no high kicks?
No high kicks,
no special
barely
high
walking.
Kicks?
Like I remember last time we were in Chelan, like getting in and out of the boat.
Yeah.
Like every time I'd pull myself up out of the boat, I'm so restricted in what I can do with my legs. And it also feels like it's just going to just one day it's just going to go right up the ass. But yeah, I put them on in the hotel 3 days ago. Went, nope. Immediately took them off, put on the other pair that I don't like as much.
Yeah.
That was it. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have to do
that's a sad day. You got to do some squats.
No, well, I mean, my thighs are so big now, and it's obviously not muscle, but like those things are so tight around the thighs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man.
Well, that's the other thing. Like for a guy like me, like my body type is basically washboard back. So it's like completely flat. It's a straight line from the bottom of my neck down to my feet.
Pretty much. I think your assessment of that is pretty correct.
It's like no butt back there whatsoever. And like, so my problem is always keeping any type of elastic like band up.
Yeah.
Right. So, sitting down or anything like that, there's always some like I can always feel a little bit of breeze back there.
These fucking ones that I couldn't wear. I squatted down just to see what would happen. Anita's like, your whole ass is basically out right now.
See, that's where I was going with that. Cause like,
it's,
bathing suits are tough.
They're really tough, man.
Bathing suits are tough.
And
especially for people with no butts.
The length of these things are perfect. Like when I'm standing up and I'm just standing there, once I get them on, like Anita's like, oh, I like those. Those are great. And I was like, oh, do you? You like these? I'm like, I like them too. I'm like, oh, I dropped something. Let me bend down and pick it up. She's like, holy shit. It just goes like, this is going to split around my thighs. My whole ass is showing. And then those things also have that weird liner, the netted liner in the inside instead of underwear. And sometimes I want to reach up between, like up under my inner leg. This is way too much. It's fucking gross. This is when we need to have the old drop of what's his name from The Fly, Ralphing up fluids. Goldblum. No, but like how you can reach up your short and like go like, oh, I need to adjust my underwear or whatever. I need to adjust this lining. I can't.
You can't get your hand.
I can't get my hand up there.
Right.
It's just so
Right.
fucking tight. There's no, and so like I want to adjust the netting in there so badly, and I was like, I'm standing there, I'm trying to do every like way possible.
Yeah.
And I just had to submit. I just was like, nope, these aren't being worn. There's too many things going wrong here.
I've still held on like for the longest time of my life, my whole life actually. And I think I've mentioned this before, like where I just need to let go and let God on just that I'm never gonna be like a buff dude, right? Like
why?
Or muscular at all, like or be cut.
I still think I am too.
But see, I'm always in the back of my mind, I just need to eat right for at least like a couple weeks.
You know, if I
just like cut out all carbs for like a couple of weeks and did 10 sit-ups a month, like I'd be jacked.
My whole thing is always, if I just watch what I eat, go for some runs a few times a week, couple times a week, and then also do a push-up challenge or a sit-up challenge. Yeah. I'm gonna look pretty damn good.
Right.
It's never fucking happened, and I've been thinking that way. Never happened. I've been thinking that way probably since
like at
I don't
least
know, I was
like
12.
high school or like junior high.
Skinny as a rail, dude.
Yeah.
Couldn't
me
put weight
too.
on if I tried.
Me too.
Throughout high school.
Me too.
Finally started putting weight on into my 20s, and it was all. I've always been like skinny fat. You know that term where it's like you're not fat, your body's skinny, but it's flabby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Never was ever like tight. And I don't even mean like, I don't mean shredded with abs and biceps. Like, you know,
I was on the way to being, somewhat muscular in college.
Yeah.
Cause I was literally bicycling and walking everywhere and hiking.
So accidentally almost. Like
Yeah. But I was also doing like a low carb diet. That's when Atkins was super huge, right? And so like I was getting there. Like I had a 4-pack, not a full 6-pack, but I had a 4-pack on my belly. That was pretty sweet for a little while. But like I'm holding on to this like vision. One day I'm just gonna, you know what? Like what I really need to do is just win the lottery first so I don't have to work. And then I can work out instead of go to work.
I'll do you one further. My brain goes to, I'm going to win the lottery. I'll be a millionaire one day. And I'll have a nutritionist who will make my meals.
Yeah.
And I'll have a trainer who will set me right.
I'm going to hire Chris Pratt's trainer.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Like I just got to make that money first.
Yeah,
and then we'll get it all figured out.
But see, that's where the whole plan falls apart. It's like as I'm in line at the McDonald's.
Yes.
Right? I'm just like, all I need to do is just win the fucking Mega Millions. Like the whole thing. I can't just win part of it though.
You
gotta
win the big
in on it with other people. I got to be the single winner of it, and then that's when I'll get my beef.
When you're standing in line at that McDonald's having that thought. What are you lining up?
6 breakfast sandwiches.
Which
and
one?
2 hash browns.
Which one? Which one?
Come on,
let's go over it again. Do you mix
the
and match?
sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, man.
So you don't deviate. You don't get like maybe I'll just get the
why would I
regular
want to?
McMuffin.
Why would I want to? Why would I
want
want to deviate from that? That's the best fucking breakfast.
Do you seriously get 6?
I have. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I usually mix and match. I'll do like one main sandwich and then do like a breakfast burrito, or I get exotic, or I'll do like just the plain sausage on a plain biscuit or on a plain.
I don't know
because it's like I'll go to the dollar menu. I was like, oh, let's throw on 2 of those, and there is no dollar menu anymore.
Yeah,
it's just the value menu or whatever.
Yeah,
well, there's 2 of those on the main attraction, and I never go over 1 hash brown. I love them too much, but they're
so greasy.
Fuck, dude, you do too, and it's
so greasy.
It'd be game over for me, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. It's And look, I'm not.
I mean, now
we're not
that
here
I
to
say
body
it out,
shame anybody.
Now that I say it out loud, that might be part of my problem.
maybe. I wonder how many. I mean, we can look it up. I don't know how many calories you'd have at that point. And that's not you do that. That's probably not your only meal for the day, right? You're
Oh yeah, no, that would probably be like that. Like there would be a very small dinner that night. yeah.
It's so good though, man. They taste
so good, and
so
like
good.
I eat. Like that's part of my problem too, is that I eat so fast.
Yeah,
like I'm
me
from
too.
a family where you had to eat fast enough so my dad wouldn't start picking off my plate.
Dude, I eat fast. Anita hates it.
I
love
inhale
it.
food,
Me
and
too.
I've taught everybody in my house now to do the same thing because I've turned into my dad. So. Yeah, dude, it's a bad deal. It's a real bad deal.
I think the worst thing about, and busting on each other, making fun of our appearances and shit like that. The worst thing for me now is like I'll go in and get my physical, and it's the shit happening inside my body. My body.
I know.
But that's the stuff where it's like, oh man, your cholesterol and blood pressure and shit like that.
Sure.
You start hitting around 40, and then you really have to really go,
You got to rein shit in.
I got to rein this shit in.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hard, man.
Well, like I said earlier, man, like all I have to do is just win the fucking Mega Millions, and like everything's gonna be cool. Like I'll just get some stints put in proactively,
right?
And just get some hair plugs. Get some,
cool sculpting, some hair plugs,
cold sculpting. Get some Botox to fill in these giant fucking wrinkles on my forehead.
And then you get some testosterone therapy.
Oh yeah,
right. You get some TRT, maybe some HGH. Throw that in there.
A penile extension.
Yeah.
I mean, then I'd start working out.
Have you seen these dudes?
Then I do some sit-ups.
Have you seen these dudes that get like pec implants?
Dude, yes, and it is the grossest looking thing. So and I've been hovering over it for weeks now. But there is a documentary on Netflix.
Oh shit.
Right now called it's about body dysmorphia, but it's like big body dysmorphia, like people that can't stop like making themselves bigger and bigger and bigger, like muscle wise. And they have some people that have done those injections like straight into their muscles, like usually in like South America. Or
is that like literal? Is that like fluid that they put?
I think it's like fluid, dude. It's gross. We've sent some pictures back and forth to each other of this in the past, and like it is the weirdest looking thing. But the thing that like, oh my god, what's that movie called? It's like big Orexia.
It's up. That's currently this is what you're talking about. That's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check it out.
I can't watch it because it just looks so kind of intense.
Yeah.
But I really do want to, I'm very curious about it. But like the people that literally are doing those weird injections of like, I think sometimes it's literally like they're taking silicone out of like caulk and putting it into their bodies. People have gotten very sick doing it. Like they were doing it for butt implants.
Jesus
like back alley butt implants.
I know that's
using silicone.
I've heard about that, like the back alley butt implants, but I didn't realize it was like
they're injecting literal caulk into people, and I mean, obviously that's a huge fucking health issue.
Sure.
Like that is not good. And it gets hard. It's not.
It's
the silicone you buy in a caulk tube is not a fucking implant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a dude like in Jersey for a while who had like the biggest arms in the world, and the guy was a lifter. He was like a bodybuilder lifter, but he primarily like focused on his arms. They were massive, and he was like injecting steroids right into the bicep, and the bicep looked like it was a softball sewn into his arm.
And that's what I'm talking about. But like that's the thing that drives me nuts is like, how can you look at that and be like, I'm gonna keep doing this?
Well, he had some sort of abscess in there, and it got all infected in his bicep. Ugh. And it was like deflated it. It was like it's fucking gross, man.
Oh,
anyways,
wow.
Order up a McMuffin, everyone.
Yeah.
couple of burritos.
All right. So back to the
yeah. Okay.
just
super easy. Real list.
I mean,
write
this is
definitive.
Yep. This is what everybody out there listening to this needs to do. You guys need to
wait.
What?
We are not giving advice. We are not professionals. Well, this is our disclaimer.
Yeah.
In no way do we endorse this method. And you shouldn't do it. At all costs, you shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do this, but this is
for us.
This is what you need to do.
This is for us. This is what we need to do. Not them, us.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we go.
This is what I need to do.
Okay.
Step 1.
Yep.
Win the Mega Millions.
Make lots of money.
But it's got to be like a big Mega Millions.
Yeah.
It's
like pushing,
like 500 mil.
Yeah.
Yep. So at least you're getting
half a bill.
250 mil.
Yep. Whatever.
That you can.
Perfect. Do that.
Then you can do the cold sculpting. Cool sculpting. Get some of the Botox. You get the wrinkles.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you want them to do, like, maybe just do a lipo first? Like
maybe
you're probably
gonna
gonna you're gonna have to do more than just cool.
But I'd take some of the stuff out of here and then have it injected into my butt.
So
then I'd get like a new butt and a smaller waistline.
So pull it out of the muffin top.
Yep.
Belly area, spare tire, and put it in your butt.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a pretty good one because you're reusing.
Yes.
And you're distributing.
You're literally
elsewhere.
reusing, reducing, and recycling.
Yeah. So that's good. That one's good. So now you've got an ass.
Yeah.
You've lost some weight.
Yep.
And
after all that, you're probably gonna be pretty hungry. So you want to go get yourself 6 breakfast sandwiches from McDonald's.
From McDonald's.
Yeah.
2 hash browns.
2 hash browns.
Okay.
Then you go and you get yourself some hair plugs. First, you get that weird mole removed from the top of like the back of your head that kind of sticks up too high.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, because I pick at it all the time, which is probably why I'm going bald. It's not cancerous. I've had it.
Okay. You get that removed.
Yeah.
And then you get the hair plugs. And are we doing hair plugs or are we just doing a transplant? Are we taking
Maybe
from
we
the
do
sides?
a transplant and take it from that weird patch on your back that has darker hairs growing out of it. And then you transplant it out of there. Then you take, then you're reducing, reusing, recycling again.
You're taking unsightly hair on your back, putting it on your head.
Yeah.
Another good way to reuse and reduce. Yeah.
That's right. And then you do some cool sculpting because turns out the 6 sandwiches that you ate for breakfast kind of packed on some more stuff that you weren't.
So cool sculpt that away. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now where are we at?
Then.
Does working out come into play here at all?
No, we're not there yet.
Okay.
Because all the stitches that are on your body now from all the surgery, like you can't just fucking work out.
They gotta heal.
You gotta heal.
Yeah.
You gotta heal. Then you gotta cool everything down with the sculpting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, and then you pay off your mortgage real quick because you've forgotten to make all those payments being drugged up off of the.
So that's taken care of now.
Yep.
Now you can get back to working on yourself.
Not quite, because you're hungry again, so you might as well go back to like McDonald's.
Wait. How about Domino's this time?
Yeah, you get some of those loaded tots
at Domino's.
Yeah, right.
And then the pizza you typically get at Domino's. Don't tell me. Hold on.
Okay.
Sausage, onions, mushrooms,
and
olives. Okay, that's the one you usually get, right?
Yeah, I like
that's
that
a good one, man.
That's a good.
So you get that
combo.
and some tots. Okay,
and some tots. Yeah, probably get 2 things of the tots because the tots are probably going to be good. Like
How about do we want to do any sort of?
And you got to share it with your wife.
Do we want to do any sort of like resurfacing? Where they'll do like a laser resurfacing of your skin somewhere? How about that?
That'd probably be good. Find a experimental doctor somewhere in Peru.
Yeah.
That fills in weird like open pores.
Well, I want them to take care of the blackheads on my nose. On my nose.
Just like completely suck it out.
Yeah.
And then like put some money away because you'll probably have to get corrective surgery after that.
Yeah.
After that procedure. And then You want to start doing the workouts.
Okay.
That's when you
That's when you
start
dump in the
doing,
TRT,
Yep.
the HGH,
Yep.
you throw all that.
And by
in.
working out, I mean watching YouTube videos
About-
of super jacked dudes being like, all you need to do is 10 minutes a day of these crunches, and you're gonna be jacked.
And you're like, shit, I need to do that.
I
I'm
need
gonna
to
start
do
doing
that. Yeah. And then you take a nap.
Yeah. And you're good.
That's it, man. That's
Then
it.
you're there.
Yeah. Then you're there.
Huh?
Then you're a buff dude.
Sounds like a plan, man. I like
That
it.
kind of fizzled out, that whole plan.
Yeah, because I mean,
But-
at some point you just got to go repeat the whole process again.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get hungry.
And but stay on that steady dose of
Right.
TRT
Right.
and HGH.
But the
You should be fine.
most important part is the liposuction.
Yeah.
You gotta get the liposuction. Yeah. And win the
Well,
lottery.
I can't wait to see the process. I think you're gonna look great. So, all right, buddy. Well, thanks for doing this.
Oh,
Everyone,
you're welcome. Always a pleasure.
everyone, thanks for listening. And aim for the stars is what I always say.
Yeah, that's
right. Find your own process to get you where you'd like to be. Don't necessarily use Rodens, but aim for the stars is what I say.
And if you do want to follow my process, I'll sell you a bulleted list for $150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks,
Good
everybody.
deal.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
I'll call you tomorrow.